passed a spending bill that the House has passed a spending bill that will end the government shutdown. Good evening. I'm Austin Claus.
And I'm Emily Bologna.
After the longest government shutdown in history has come to an end, the House has passed a spending bill that will end the government shutdown with a vote 200 to 2 to 129.
6 Democrats crossed party lines, leading Republicans to win the vote. The bill is now headed to President Trump's desk, and with his stamp of approval, the shutdown will be officially over.
We'll have all of your headlines in just a moment, but we have had a lot of snow in the last few days.
That's right, Austin. With a quick look at the weather forecast, here's Storm Team 10 meteorologist Logan Rounds.
Yes, thank you. Currently, we've had a snow thaw that is incoming with ongoing lake effect rain with the cold temperatures that are supposed to ease up and a strong aurora tonight. More on that later. Now back to you, Emily.
Thanks, Logan. The Oswego County Department of Social Services was informed that all SNAP benefits for the month of November will be issued as normal. Residents whose benefits were temporarily delayed due to the government shutdown will now see their SNAP benefits as normal. Benefits were released by the state over the weekend. The Home and Energy Assistance Program also indicated that heat program continues to be delayed until further notice. Oswego and Onondaga counties are calling for members of their community to volunteer to be a part of a search and rescue team. There will be an informational meeting at the Brewerton Fire Department on December 3rd, starting at 6:30 p.m. They will also answer questions about what it takes to be part of a search team. Volunteers will go to the 2026 Training Academy, where members will learn about crime scene preservation, search techniques, and survival skills. Applications for on-street parking in the winter season are now open on the Oswego government website. Applications must be submitted no later than December 1st. Submission of an application does not guarantee parking approval, and even if an application is approved, the parking space may not be in front of the applicant's house. City officials say that they are hopeful that they will not activate the parking ban, but they are unsure of what this winter will bring. IKEA is coming to Syracuse and is opening very soon. The Swedish furniture store is opening its doors at Destiny USA on November 21st and will be located in the previous vacated at-home store. The store is noticeably smaller than other IKEA locations, but will still include the house restaurant serving their famous Swedish meatballs. November is a historically busy time for food banks. With the government shutdown reaching record numbers, SNAP food assistance has lasted for 42 million Americans. This has turned the pressure up for local food pantries. Reporter Adriana Lowe has more.
We've been overwhelmed, to be honest with you. Things have been really difficult.
Staff are scrambling to keep up with the steady flow of people at the front door. To help manage the rush, they're counting on volunteers, including members of their church.
We have one staff and we have about 5 volunteers. It takes at least probably about 10 to 15 people to actually get everything, ready for the clients when they come. And I came out to serve myself even more than in the past. Families are just really having a hard time.
And food banks across the state say they need more people to not only donate their time, but food too.
The numbers have doubled. We get a lot of food in, but all of a sudden, because we're serving so many people, the food is gone. And so we have to put out a appeal for more food and more support. And that's just how it is. It's never enough food.
Governor Kathy Hochul stated that she has directed state agencies to issue full federal SNAP benefits for November. However, Rochester Family Mission, serving hundreds of clients on a daily basis, says this is not enough to alleviate the damage already done.
You got your food stamp, but what about the money you borrow from people to purchase food? So it's still bad. We don't know what to do but be able to be there for them as much as we possibly can.
With tasks from unloading to stocking, organizing boxes. One of their biggest priorities right now is praying for a lot of hope.
Everybody should feel the pain, not just me working in the industry, but every human being should feel the pain of someone going hungry, someone in need. We should feel it.
Food banks are beginning to pack and prepare food for Thanksgiving and Christmas, so they are ready for the upcoming holiday season. Now we are going to Austin, who is going to take us around the SUNY system.
SUNY Chancellor John B. King Jr. announces a military tuition rate program to help ensure affordability for active duty National Guard and Reserve members. The program will begin at select campuses this spring and will extend to all SUNY campuses by the fall. Chancellor King stated that this program ensures those currently serving can access a high-quality degree while also addressing the challenges faced by active service members, whose federal tuition assistance often fall short. An emergency investment in SUNY food pantries has been announced by Governor Kathy Hochul of nearly $550,000. The investment will help food pantries restock supplies and assist students in need. As the longest federal shutdown continues, millions of New Yorkers are left struggling to make ends meet for food. The investment was made to combat the growing hunger and food insecurity crisis by the government shutdown. Crash Course history star and best-selling author recently visited SUNY Binghamton campus, and they spoke about his interest in the tuberculosis disease. Green's interest was inspired by a young boy he named Henry that he met on a trip to Sierra Leone. Green stated that his experience opened his mind about the lack of life-saving care in some parts of the world. Binghamton recently had also a visit from Jerry Traynor, who starred as Spencer Shea in the popular Nickelodeon show iCarly. Long Island's largest freshwater lake is getting some much-needed cleanup, led by SUNY Stony Brook University. Lake Ronkonkoma has suffered decades of pollution and invasive species, leaving water unsafe and shorelines neglected. An initiative headed by Stony Brook's coastal ecologist Christopher Gobler resulted in a $300,000 state grant. The cleanup has been estimated to take at least 10 years to return to the lake's former health. University at Buffalo has recently announced the creation of UB's Quantum Institute. The institute will receive an initial $1 million investment by the university. UB is already at the foremost of public research universities and technologies innovation. The new institute will not only serve to solidify UB's position as a leader among public research universities. Still ahead tonight, the latest outside of D.C. regarding the Epstein files, a step in the right direction for lawmakers.
Plus, the New York State official who is now headed to trial. More on the governor's aide when we come back.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No, but you've got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
If you like action, romance,
Polly sister, if you're watching this, Paul.
and highbrow humor,
Surface is this.
Floor. Minch did not legitimately put his head in the toilet.
there's only one place to turn. Tune in to new episodes of
Oh boy!
only on WTOP.
Hi, welcome back to WTOP-10. I'm your meteorologist, Logan Rounds. You can see currently that we had some on and off showers in the area with the chance of rain being light at the moment. Currently, it is about 44 degrees with light rain and a dew point of about 38 degrees and a humidity of 79%. Pressure down to 993.6 millibars. Winds out of the west at 17 miles an hour with the feels like of 36 degrees. Currently, you can see in our area it's about 44 degrees with areas to our east being colder, with areas such as Rochester and Buffalo being about the same temperature as us, close to, in the low to mid 40s. Into the futurecast, you can see in our area that we're expecting to see the chance of lake effect rain, possibly even some snow if it gets cold enough. And you can also see going forward that there's also some snow in the eastern regions at the higher elevations, such as the Tug Hill Plateau and the Catskills down in the southeastern areas of New York. And going forward, you can see that the chance of lake effect is still possible, but it's only a chance. And that chance continues well into the future. And then going forward, we have an aurora tonight that is very strong. Basically, you start with the blue line, which is where you can see from the horizon with your phone. And as you go further north, the chances of seeing it increase. With your phone, you'll see it on camera better the further north you are. And then if you're in the red area or close to, you can start to see it visibly with your own eyes, with the chances being greatest in the center of the red region. Currently, it'll be about 40 degrees for your whiteout game this Friday at 7 p.m. Or 5 p.m., excuse me. And at the end of the game, about 10 p.m., it'll be about a chance of snow at 36 degrees. Going forward, you can see that it's about 44 degrees for the high on Thursday, 42 degrees for your high for the game. The weekend looks wet and warmer. Going forward, you can see that the chance of rain continues throughout the week and chance of mixed precipitation on Monday. Now back to you, Emily.
Thanks, Logan. Today, the selection for Linda Sun began as she was set to appear on trial. Sun, who is a high-ranking aide for both Kathy Hochul and Andrew Cuomo, is accused of secretly working for the Chinese government. Sun is a Chinese-born citizen and has worked on a number of agencies under New York legislation. Prosecutors say that Sun has been taking gifts, concert tickets, and millions of dollars in kickbacks from Chinese officials. Along with the ongoing investigation, Sun and her husband are also accused of laundering money.
President Donald Trump is threatening to sue the BBC for $1 billion after editing a speech he made following the events of January 6, 2021. Trump's lawyer claimed the edit was false, defamatory, malicious, despairing, and inflammatory. In response to the criticism, the BBC's Director General, Tim Davie, and the head of the news, Deborah Turnus, have resigned. The two are faced with increasing pressure over the controversies and accusations.
Staying on the nation's capital, earlier today, House lawmakers signed a congressional petition to release the Jeffrey Epstein files. The petition received 218 signatures, meaning a vote can now be forced to them on the matter. Lawmakers have been pushing for the release of the files for months, but the White House has been persistently deflecting the issue. Even if it passes in the House, it would have to take the pass of the Republican Senate and be signed by President Trump, who has vocalized his unwillingness to do so. It is worth noting that Donald Trump is rumored to be in the Epstein files.
Keeping in Congress, Arizona Democrat Adelita Grijalva was sworn in this afternoon following a 50-day delay that sparked lawsuits, rising tensions inside the Capitol over her seating. Speaker of the House Mike Johnson had refused to swear her in during the government shutdown, saying the House needed to return to legislative session first. Immediately following the sworn-in, Grijalva became the 218th vote on the Epstein files petition, making her the deciding vote in an effort to force the release of all Epstein case files.
When WTOP-10 Nightly News continues, lung cancer is on the rise. Hear what one cancer survivor has to say.
And Apple introduces a new way to carry the iPhone.
If it's hockey,
In front, they score!
it's on Hockey Talk. Join Rob Finger and his panel of guests.
Their behavior against easy teams. How do you lose to the Bruins twice?
As they take you through the hockey world.
We welcome you with open arms.
Tune into Hockey Talk, Mondays at 9:30 after East Coast hockey games. Only on WTOP.
Oh, boy.
Welcome back to WTOP-10 Nightly News.
In consumer news, Apple announced a new way to show off the iPhone Pocket. It is a 3D knitted bag designed to fit any of Apple's iPhones or Apple accessories. The product will be available Friday, November 14th at select Apple Store locations or on Apple's website. The Pocket is able to be worn in a variety of ways, also coming in a short size as well as a long size.
November 13th is Red Cup Day at Starbucks, a day where you order one of the Starbucks holiday menu items. It comes with a free 16-ounce red cup. However, the Starbucks union members voted to strike on Red Cup Day if labor agreements are not reached. The exact number of Starbucks locations striking is unknown, but is expected to be in 25 different cities.
The United States minted its last penny today after 233 years of making the coin. The reason for the production stopping is being cited as cost reasons by President Trump, as it costs double the worth of a penny in order to create the coin. This comes after countries such as Canada, New Zealand, and Australia have also phased out the penny.
According to the American Lung Association, every 2 minutes in the United States, a person is diagnosed with lung cancer. However, up to 20% of those diagnoses are with people who have never smoked before.
Mandy Gaither has more from a mother who was diagnosed with lung cancer who has never smoked.
Christy Hooveris has conquered Mount Kilimanjaro, is 36 years old, lives an active life, doesn't smoke, and is in the prime of her life with a husband and 2 young children. So you can imagine her shock when 4 months ago she was diagnosed with lung cancer.
This is a joke, right? Like, I don't have lung cancer. There's no way.
Hooveris says even the doctors didn't believe it, but after feeling chest pain, multiple tests were ordered, and she says a mass was detected in her upper right lobe.
When I got the PET scan done, that spot lit up like a Christmas tree.
Unfortunately, the face of lung cancer is changing.
Dr. Ioana Bayou with the Ohio State University Comprehensive Cancer Center says right now only people ages 50 to 80 with a smoking history are recommended to be screened for lung cancer. But the disease can be caused by several factors, including environmental exposures to things like radon, asbestos, and air pollution. Genetics, having a family history, or certain gene mutations also raises the risk, as does breathing in secondhand smoke.
As a patient, you know your body better than anybody else, and so you deserve a thorough investigation if you have any symptoms that you're concerned about.
Through surgery, Bayou was able to remove all of Hooveris's cancer and part of her lung, and since the disease was detected early, she didn't need chemotherapy, immunotherapy, or radiation.
I'm at full recovery. I'm back to picking up my kids and doing all the fun stuff.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
No way of knowing for sure what caused her to develop lung cancer. Hooveris believes it could be caused from radon exposure when she was a child. The American Lung Association recommends daily exercise and avoiding areas with poor air quality, and see your doctor regularly to prevent lung-related diseases. Last night, the Lakers men and women's basketball teams kicked off their season, and both games were entertaining.
The Lakers split with the St. Lawrence Saints. Our sports reporter Josh Madison was there for Tuesday Night Hoops.
The Oswego men's and women's basketball team faced off against the St. Lawrence Saints last night. The women went first with their tip-off at 5, followed by the men shortly after at 7. The women's team were not only kicking off their first game at home this season, but also their first game of the season, as they look to get off on the right foot with a win over the Saints. However, this first home win will have to come on a later date, as the Lakers fell short of the comeback victory, taking the loss 65-58. The Lakers were led on the scoreboard and in rebounds by Giovanna White-Principio, who put up 24 points and 17 total rebounds for the Lakers in the losing effort. The women's next game is on the road against St. John Fisher in the opening round of the Hamilton tournament. The men's team followed in their game against the St. Lawrence Saints last night. The Lakers wasted no time turning on the stove as they came out hot early, shooting 50% beyond the three-point line in the first half. The Heat would stay on into the second as 4 of the 5 starters for the Lakers would score over 10 points in the victory, as the Lakers would go on to win 92-83. Coach Leon had this to say about the team's dominant shooting performance.
It was nice to see the ball go in. We were counting our scrimmages in our first 2 games. I think we were 10 for maybe 50 from the three-point arc. So tonight we saw the ball go in, and a big part of that was we did a great job in terms of moving the basketball on the perimeter, getting the ball below the zone, and we really shared it well. So the threes that we took were open threes, and once you see a couple of those go in, then obviously confidence builds and that type of thing. So
the Lakers' next game is back at home against the Nazareth Golden Eagles on Saturday. Joshua Madison, Oswego Now.
Stay tuned for your full sports report with Jason Rude right after the break.
I would have liked to see more on, Putin or something. I don't think he's very nice.
He's so annoying, and he's not very funny either.
He got that hot dog at one time. I don't know why he would do such a thing.
I'm not sure why he's still playing a Nintendo Wii. The Nintendo Wii is so old. I've tried reporting him like 600 times, and nobody's answering my phone calls.
Welcome back to the DK Experience. Go back to your job.
Every NFL fan I've played for the last 15 games. They beat.
Writing a letter to the NFL fans? Get out of here with that.
Let me finish. No,
let me finish.
Stop.
I'm gonna be more
Johnny Manziel, that guy, he's a loser.
No, that's.
Watch the DK Experience.
What we do here is go back.
Cooked. You know it's cooked when it's not raw anymore.
Gordon Ramsay gonna sit here.
Cat cam.
Because Kenny pulled a picture of him. Yeah. Yeah.
Good evening, I'm Jason Rude here with your WTOP-10 Sports Report. In Lakers sports news, in the latest USCHO Division III hockey rankings, Oswego's men's hockey continues to climb, moving up to number 8 in the nation, jumping ahead of Hamilton and Utica after last Saturday's shutout win against the Pioneers. Despite that, they remain just behind Geneseo, even after beating the Knights 1-0 on the road the night before. As for the women, the Lakers slipped 3 spots to number 14 following their loss to Utica on Saturday. Setting things up on the court, the SUNYAC playoffs get underway this Friday as second seed Oswego women's volleyball takes on third seed New Paltz. The Hawks advanced after a 3-0 sweep over Morrisville last night. The last time these teams met, Oswego swept New Paltz in a straight set behind Priscilla McReynolds' 8 kills and a strong defensive showing. First serve is set for 6:30 at the Mac Zeal Gym. Switching over to national sports as the New York Giants are making yet another quarterback change under Jameson Winston, and he will likely start this Sunday against the Green Bay Packers after rookie Jackson Dart entered concussion protocol following last week's hit. Meanwhile, Russell Wilson slides down to the Giants' third string. In his first start wearing for the Big Blue, Winston looks to spark an offense that has been struggling heading into a tough matchup against one of the NFL's best defenses. Moving to the diamond as Detroit Tigers ace Tarek Skubal makes history repeating as the American League Cy Young Award winner. Skubal becomes the first pitcher since Jacob deGrom in 2018 and 2019 to win back-to-back honors. He finished the season with a 13-6 record, a 2.21 ERA, and 241 strikeouts over 195 innings, leading the lead in multiple categories. The 27-year-old continues to solidify himself as one of baseball's premier arms. And now switching over to the basketball court as we go to the New York Knicks hosting Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies last night as this first play. It's a step-back three from Jalen Brunson, nothing but net. A few minutes later, Brunson is going to give it over to Karl Anthony Towns, who switches up, and he's going to get the two-rim slam, and they go up 18-15. Late in the first, pitch out to Santi Aldama. Answers for Memphis, finishing up the layup to tie it up at 30 apiece, but the Knicks turn up the energy as Josh Hart out to OG Anunoby, pump fake, and a reverse slam. That's going to make it 37-30. New York hangs on to the rim just for good measure. Now, the second quarter, Anunoby is not done yet because he's got yet another big slam, two-hander right here. That would keep the Knicks rolling, 44-30. Ja Morant tries to stop the bleeding, bounces off the rim and the backboard with a smooth floater. 61-47 Knicks, but keep away for the Brunson burner, stays hot off of the rim. Robinson rebounds out to Hart, back to Jalen for the rebound, and the Knicks would win 133-120. Thank you very much, and as always, back to the desk.
Thank you, Jason. Well, today was National Chicken Soup for the Soul Day.
With the cold weather we've been having, you can warm your soul with a bowl of soup.
I am a big fan of soup. I love myself some chicken noodle. That is one of my favorite soups, especially on the cold days that we've been getting.
You know, I'm not actually a big soup fan, but if I'm offered a bowl of chicken noodle, I'm not going to say no.
I am a big fan. I can never go with a chicken noodle soup without putting Ritz crackers in it. Well, that was our report for tonight. Remember to stay tuned for Oh Boy.
Thank you for watching, and have a great night, everybody.